Yo, what's going on, guys? It's BD1P back with another speedrunning video. Today I'm here with a bit of a different one. We've had some meme runs on the channel the past few days, like the death percent stuff, but this is an actual true-blooded run I did here. This was me unlocking the Forgotten off of a fresh save file, so like I deleted everything and started anew in just under half an hour. I've been wondering, oh, it doesn't seem too bad. Like, you just gotta, sacrifice to lamb, you gotta do the run, get the shovel piece and all that. I mean, it is a struggle. So my general, you'll see like what I'm doing here now. You'll also notice that there are 3 of me playing. There's 3 Isaacs here. I'm wondering, oh, who else is running this with you? Isn't this like a solo category in your own mind? Yeah, it is solo. This is actually only me playing with 3 characters at once. So I died there as an idiot. I have 1 controller underneath my foot. I have my keyboard on my desk, and then I have my controller in my hand. This is the start of the run right here. This is where the timing actually starts for the full 28 minutes. I knew that in order to make this run work, I had to unlock Azazel. Well, you see here, the black screen, I actually unlocked him, saved and quit the menu so the unlock actually saved. Then I Alt F4'd immediately. What I'm doing now, I'm going into the game's files and I'm changing the zoom option. I'm going to zoom the game really far out like this and load back in as fast as I can and pick Azazel. So this run is going to be very, very tiny. I've had this game with my hands and feet and this screen. The reason it's so small is co-op, actually, because if you have 2 characters that have their own camera weights by the beginning of a room, which if let's say you're like a big 2x2 or a 1x2 room, right? The camera stays by the ghosts. I need to see what I'm doing to actually like, win the runs. So I zoomed the game out like super far, able to view everything at once, just to make sure it would work. So my strategy here was to unlock Azazel first. I knew it was going to be necessary for this run, because I'm not going to be able to go and beat Lamb and do a full run with the shovel piece and unlock the Forgotten really fast. This run is definitely slow. It could definitely be beaten. But the reason this is my like main attempt here, the number one reason I did this attempt is because these resets are crazy. We just unlocked Azazel like less than like 30 seconds ago, and this right here is our shovel, is our Lamb run right here. This is our Lamb run. If you don't run Isaac, it might seem, weird to you, but you never get resets this close together this early on. This is crazy luck. So what happened, I just kept resetting, holding R, seeing what's going to happen here. My goal was to get a sacrifice room and have enough health and HP and damage to sack down to Lamb, and my ideal item here was going to be a damage multiplier and then Eye of the Occult. That was my big thing, because Eye of the Occult with Azazel makes your Brimstone pretty much full range and has really great control on it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not playing Eden. I'm not going to have these crazy starts to be able to get down to Lamb and kill him really fast. I can't find an Emperor card. I can't start with one. I have to blow up skulls for that, and there are not a lot of skulls in your sacrifice rooms. They're actually pretty rare to find. So my thought was, okay, all I gotta do is get Azazel and get a really strong item at the end. So my plan was, in the beginning of the run, my kind of routing idea was going to be holding R till I unlock Azazel first room, which actually took me like 8 hours. I did not unlock this character for forever. It took me so long to do it. But my general thought process here was to unlock Azazel and hold R, respawn my Isaacs in, and just keep doing sacrifices. And they might be thinking, you could have just sacked down to Lamb, right, if you would have gotten lucky with the Soul Heart drops. Yes, I could have, but I also needed the HP for my other characters. I need them to also sack their HP away, because I got to be able to afford Eye of the Occult. The other thing is, too, a big thing, is you go down to the Lamb fight, and you have 2 Isaacs in the game, the default deals are red hearts. So I cannot even buy them if I wanted to. And it was noticed right there, if you look at the video, I didn't get a single HP up. That pill on the ground right there was an HP up pill. That was nutty. That was a crazy random drop. I was obsessed with that. That made this run actually possible in general. And also might be thinking, well, you can just go to Lamb to unlock Azazel, right? If you buy 3 of the red chest deals, no, you can't. The red chest deals do not count as devil deals, so it will not trigger the unlock for Azazel, sadly. But what I did there is I kept one of my Isaacs on the sacrifice spikes for his last bit of health there, and then I stood far away. And here I get Sulfur. I didn't get Eye of the Occult, which really made me a little upset, because that was kind of my win condition there, right? But I knew that I had to do something. I had to just hold this run out, because this was a decent sacrifice. I had great HP, and Sulfur is not bad at all. I knew with good pathing, I could definitely pull this off. And because I also sat here for like 8 hours already resetting, I needed to get a run in before I lost my own sanity here. So this could be beaten really fast. But I kind of wanted to introduce this run here as a new series on my channel. I want to do some like niche, dumb Isaac speedruns. So if you guys in the comments have any ideas of what you want me to do in the future, like, oh, speedrun unlocking this item or this character or this achievement, what are some things you want me to do on this series? Because I don't want to have the runs be, over an hour long. I want to have them be less than half an hour usually. So if you have a thing like, oh, I wonder how fast you could unlock, Butterbean or like, mystery gift, stuff like that, I would love to do it if you guys are interested in it. The big thing is going to be character unlocks. And I wanna focus on those first. So this run actually has the, at least from what I understand, the fastest Azazel unlock and the fastest Forgotten unlock. At least no one has tried it before. This run will easily be beaten, like very, very fast, I feel like. We'll also be thinking, like, well, you don't really need to have Azazel to do this, right? You could just sack with Isaac, get Brimstone, and like a Leviathan item, you know? Brimstone, and then you get the mark, and then you pick up, like, I don't know, Eye of the Occult at that point. Yeah, that would work, I guess, but then the issue becomes, in order to unlock the shovel, you have to beat the first floor boss in under a minute. And I don't think Isaac has that DPS capability to do that. I think that Isaac is, while a decent character, very well-rounded, obviously, I don't think he has the power to beat the first floor boss consistently in under a minute, because a lot of your power is going to come from on these runs at sacrifice rooms. And I definitely could sacrifice, right? So I took the wrong way there, sadly. I knew it was going to be left, but I didn't know it was going to be down. I was like, we'll see what down can do for us here. But I don't think Isaac has the general power for that, sadly. I think he's a little bit too slow. This run is about 5 minutes long, this lamb run here. I'm just talking over to buy some time, but this next big chunk is where the actual Forgotten unlock starts. And again, these resets are bonkers, dude. I actually, like, within 3 resets, I get my shovel run. I believe it was like a Crown of Light sort of deal, and it was, of course, you're looking for Sacred Heart, but Crown of Light is also crazy. The big deal about Sacred Heart is it does lower your tier rate quite a bit, which is a big slowdown for most rooms, and these runs primarily are pretty slow. Like, these can be done a lot faster. Not getting an Emperor card or any kind of lucky teleport is what slows the Dark Room down quite a bit, because we could have been done with the run already, because Sulfur Brimstone, knockout drops. Also, there I got Cricket's Head, which is going to make this run speed up immensely. It just, if you don't get the luck, my world record for co-op right now, like the Spirit Sword Sacred Heart run, 1 in a million. Starting with an Emperor card to skip all of Dark Room, which is primarily most of your time loss, and then all this other stuff happening. It's crazy. But we actually find the room here. It's very, very close. Also, you're also going to notice here, I'm playing in normal mode for a couple of reasons. Number 1, enemies don't shoot as fast, so I can save more HP is a big thing. Number 2 is that floor generation is different. Your floors will generate primarily smaller, and makes the pathing a lot faster. So for most runs I'm going to do for the character stuff, I'm going to be playing in normal. I'm never going to do like a half hard, half normal. I'm pretty much just going to be doing one or the other. Hard mode would have probably netted me a higher chance to get Azazel faster because of Devil Deal cheese and all that. But I felt like to make the run fast and flashy, normal mode was the way to go. The runs that I get, though, are super shaky. And again, I would have preferred to rerun this category and gotten a better time. Maybe I can do that in the future. But just what I got here, like these runs that I got, they just were not the best, but they were just so close together that RNG-wise, it was going to be fast. But you can see on these things, I unlocked ending 15 and the credits there. I don't know, the reason I started, I don't know where my cursor was. I couldn't find my cursor for a minute there. It was weird. But I'm doing the same strategy here. I'm actually trying to, I need to use sacrifice rooms on this run as well, because you're not going to get a huge DPS multiplier outside of your sacrifice rooms. I'm looking for those Crowns of Lights, those Sacred Hearts, anything like that's going to give me that extra push. You could find Magic Mush, you could find Cricket's Head in these item rooms, but you can also find, in conjunction with that, a Crown of Light or a Sacred Heart, obviously. And I think this is more consistently good, because you can actually get also some different utility and powerful items here. I get Trinity Shield, so I'm going to hold R again because this is not what I want to see here. But I believe this is next one that has the sacrifice room. It's this one. The run works out. I walk both my feet and my hand, Isaac, upwards into the sacrifice spikes, and I'm waiting for it. The best thing about this is that you, oh, it wasn't this run, was it? No, it wasn't. Dang. The best thing about having the 2 Isaacs and having them both have 3 HP is because 6 sacrifices is going to give you your first Angel Deal chance. 7 gives you your Angel Room item. So I went on there. I don't know why I hit myself first. I think it was more an accident, just like kind of like my brain flopped, I guess. But here I get my Crown of Light, and I walk out. And I push Isaac into the spikes to see if I can get maybe one more, item out of it. I get a Soul Heart, still his health, whatever. And now I start to go. Also starting with Isaac means I get a bomb as well, which I'm going to need a bomb to get the shovel here, because I have the shovel unlocked from beating the lamb. So now my basically the rest of this run is just me going down to find the Forgotten Dirt Patch. So the next, like, I don't even know. How long is this run? It's almost like, is that really almost 20 minutes of me doing this? Oh, I guess you have to do boss rush too, I guess. Yeah, so you can't really just sacrifice down to Lamb on your second run. You do have to see this one all the way through to boss rush, which is why I would have preferred to have Sacred Heart, because although Sacred Heart lowers your tier rate for specific rooms, it really does shred in boss rush as a range upgrade, as a damage just flat 2 multiplier, because if you don't know how Crown of Light works, if you get hit in a room, you do end up losing that benefit of having the higher damage, which is a huge pullback. So the earlier you get hit on boss rush, the worse it's going to be for you. And at this floor, I consider, also you might say I killed my Isaacs earlier. I don't want to lose my Devil Deal chances, because you can get a lot of good stuff out of Devil Deals as well, and Angel Deals, so I wanted to keep that chance high, so I killed those guys previous floors. I do forget to do it a couple times, because I'm just kind of trying to go fast, but the big debuff of Crown, like as you can see there, I lost the benefit of having 2 times damage. If I get hit in boss rush, I do lose that 2 times modifier, and then I'm pretty much just base Azazel for a while, which is why this run slows down immensely. Also, in general, my pathing is not great. My room choices here. I have, if most of you who follow my Twitch and have seen me run the game like legitimately in the past, you will know that I literally cannot choose a right way for the freaking life of me, man. It's awful. My AB plus runs, I was on world record pace like 3 or 4 times, and every single time I got in that pace, I would just choose the wrong way. Court can vouch for that, Hams can vouch for that. It was awful, dude. Here I'm just playing for some cards here. A Joker card would definitely speed up the run a little bit if I got a good Brimstone out of it. I'm taking some heavy artillery fire here on this run. I actually am at like half a heart right now, which is scary. I just going fast, not really looking at the shadows too much. I do skip the deal there. I forget. Oh, I want to go for Angel, right? I'm going for Angel. I didn't feel like I had the HP to sacrifice there. Also, because I want to. I don't have. So here's the thing too. For this run to work, you don't only need to get, you know, boss rush done. For this speedrun to work, you have to either have already unlocked the negative, which you're not going to go through 5 Satan runs before you do this run. That'd be insanely slow. You have to also sacrifice after boss rush. You have to get one on depths 2, womb 1, or womb 2. Luckily, I get mine on womb 2 here, which means I can, you know, exit boss rush, go down floors. Oh, also, I have to do mom skip on this run. For those of you who don't know, I'm getting off track, but so let me walk you through this real quick, like just like linearly, right? Your first run of Isaac, or your first, I guess the first time you beat mom, it forces you into a cutscene, right? It puts you in that first end credits cutscene. And it ends the run for you. So you actually need to beat mom before you do this category, right? No, if you watch the 30 character run, which is my favorite video on this channel, if you haven't watched it, I recommend it highly. It's a great project. There is a set of, I believe I counted it out, and it was 4, from frames 4 to 6, so a 2-frame window after you kill mom. You have to pause and exit. You will still see the cutscene, but post that, you can actually continue your run. Now, the big issue there is that after you do that, your womb entrance, like the womb trap door, will not spawn because it is your first mom kill. The womb was not unlocked in that run yet, because you unlock the womb after you beat mom for that period of time. I don't know why I paused to show the seed there, right? I paused to show the seed so you guys know this is like a legitimate run. You have to do a first run, then go back to, and then, you have to do your first run, leave it, so you unlock the womb, and then go back. Even still, because it did not generate with the womb portal in the room or the womb trap door, it will not spawn. Luckily for us, Edmund is a genius man, and made Mom Shovel also work as a we need to go deeper proc. So you can actually spawn the womb portal on that floor. So what you need to do here, and you'll assume we get to Mom, it is a very risky strat. I actually lost a previous attempt of this to that same glitch, to that same bug, because I missed Mom Skip on a Sacred Heart run. It really, really hurt my heart, but we got through it, right? Either way. It is a tight, scary window because, if you don't know when you're going to kill Mom, right? Because you have familiars like Papa Fly could kill Mom for you without you realizing it. You could go over ticks on your Brimstone. You could put a bomb down. You could have her stomp on an enemy could be charmed and shoot her. All these crazy things could happen to you that'll kill Mom without your kind of permission or consent, which really slows down the run. I kill my Isaacs there. I'm good to go. Enemies are going down. So my strategy was, I always forgot about Mom Skip too. I'm like, oh, I got to do Mom Skip, all this stuff. So what I did was I would go to the Mom fight. I actually did miss Mom Skip like 3 or 4 times in this run. I had to keep going back in and fighting Mom once more, I'm pretty sure. Might have been a previous attempt of this. This is my second actual fully, attempt of this category. But it also means, too, I cannot use my shovel in boss rush. And this is the reason why is I don't have a wave counter. I can't see how many waves I'm doing on the screen. I didn't want to count in my head and miscount because your shovel will not automatically charge back up when you pick up the shovel head in boss rush. And if I'm down to charge, I have essentially soft locked myself in the run, and I cannot continue. So you'll see me in the boss rush not popping my shovel because I do not want to risk not having a charge and therefore soft locking myself, which would be a huge, heartbreak there. So I'm heading on to depths 1 here. I believe my boss, it's either Carrion Queen, I don't remember. It might have been Loki as well. I don't remember at all, actually. This is like 3 days after I recorded the run because I've been busy doing the Nuzlocke and stuff, so I'm a little brainwashed from it. But now I find my boss fight after some pretty rough pathing earlier on in the run. I didn't get a single mapping item, card, anything on this, which did I get treasure map actually? I might have gotten treasure map. I can't see it because the HUD is too small. I'm gonna enlarge it for myself again. Oh, I got treasure map. That's right. Sorry. So treasure map helped a lot to see where I was going. In the end, I used it more to find sacrifice rooms over boss fights because all I needed to do was I needed to do a couple of things on the womb. I needed to find my boss fight, and I needed to pray that I could find a sacrifice room. Because the fastest method of going down would be sacrificing, on depths 2. I bomb my 2 guys, I get hit a couple times, I walk out, I head on down to the depths 2. At this point in the run, my brain is thinking this. I'm like, okay, you are losing HP like it's nobody's business. You're not gonna have HP to sack anymore. You're gonna be down on HP. Like, what's your plan here? And I was thinking to myself, well, I could revive my Isaacs. If I get, like, my thought was, worst case scenario, I go down to Shoal, and I have to get a sacrifice room on Shoal, right? I can fight Satan and respawn my guys. That's 2 extra stacks each. But I remember also, too, that once I get the head of the shovel, the feet stop coming down, which is a huge, positive for me, because the feet are doing all that. I'm taking damage from the feet primarily. Okay, so here's what I'm doing here. I find the boss fight, right? And I need to find a sacrifice room. I'm looking at my map, and I'm like, there's nowhere else it can be. Because top right, like that top room up there, has to be the shop. I haven't found my shop yet. Depression is okay. I pick it up and we leave anyways. I'm like, I can't find it. There's no way it's over here. And I realize that, and I walk back. Now, I actually am looking at my timer right now on the side of my screen. So I actually walk 1 room too far, which is a big, because it's a needles room, so it's pretty, time consuming here. I got out of there though, and I go to my mom fight. So this is where mom skip comes into play. You'll see me pause and skip here. I found this skip out on the 30 character run on accident. So this is like a close to my heart skip here, or at least like method. And I'm thinking too, I'm gonna die in the mom fight. I'm doing no damage right now. My run is like a garbage. If I had the option, I would have held R at this point and gone for a better run. But I was like, I gotta live with it, man. I can't do anything about it. I'm just this far in. Like, it's my only attempt aside from the other one that's gone this far. I don't want to have to unlock Azazel again. I'm like, brother. So I pause a little. No, I actually got a first try. Okay, I got a first try there. I have to just spam the APB unlock so I can hit continue. But I think I'm gonna miss that on my other 2 runs. Now, this is where the weird stuff starts to happen. A little bit at least. No, sorry, I'm a little behind. Cancer, though, also means that I can literally sack anytime I want to. What Cancer does is it gives you half damage in a room after you've been hit once. So that means like it's pretty much I'm guaranteed to be able to sacrifice down. So that was my exit plan there. But you'll also notice that when I go down to the womb floor next, my characters are all out of whack. They're all in different places. My HUD is freaking out. What I think happened here, so if you don't know, co-op is super buggy, but there is like co-op is just the most bugged thing in existence right now. And if you watch the 4-player file I have on this channel, you'll see that for yourself if you don't play 4-player. When you spawn onto floors, it'll sometimes put you next to a door or center of the room. It really all depends. And you'll also see that my game kind of like freezes almost. Like it's almost like it's gonna crash, and it skips frames and goes back. When I entered the new floor, my Switch controller actually died on me, which is my foot controller. So I had to plug it into my like a USB-C, which I had down. I just didn't have it like plugged in because I was using it for my microphone. It's the same cord for my Focusrite. So the overlay was when you have your game this zoomed out, I gotta back up. I try to explain this without like sounding like a pretentious about it, right? There are 2 kinds of pausing overlays in this game. There's when you hit the pause button, obviously, and then there's when a controller DCs. And both of those have their own gradient overlay, or like semi-opaque overlay for that. You'll see like when you pause the game, the screen behind you goes dark a little bit, right? When my controller DC'd, as the floor was like, I was able to move around and walk around and interact with the floor, it immediately pauses the game on you, which freezes background animations, and puts up the pausing overlay as well as the controller DC overlay. And because both of those are overlaying the game, I think, visually just freaks out. I'm not a coder, so I don't know what's going on here, but the game visually just freaks out on you. It just doesn't know what to do. And if you notice from the death percent videos, timing starts when, like, for example, timing on these runs, the frame you can see the start of your banner, like your basement 1 banner showing up when you start your timer, you can actually skip frames to decrease your time quite a bit on there. If you hold R for a little bit too long, or just enough frames to like barely before you skip another run, the banner will come out quicker, so it'll skip some frames. And you can actually move around and damage yourself and hurt yourself and hurt enemies before the banner shows up. So the same thing happens when you're going into floors. When the floor like kind of like goes pixely and like zooms in and goes in black and then re-blacks out and becomes pixely again. If this makes any sense to you guys, I don't know if I'm saying it's translating very well. You can still interact and move around before the floor actually fully loads in. So I'm thinking what happened here, because the game visually, like, it freaked me out when I thought the game crashed when I was running the category, and I was so mad for a minute. What happened here, I'm guessing, is that there were too many overlays on the screen, the game auto-paused, and it skipped the frames and whatever. But either way, it's not an official category, so having that bug happen doesn't mean anything to me at all. it just doesn't. But yeah, so TLDR, the game doesn't know how to handle double overlays well with visually at all, as well as it auto-pausing mid-floor transition, because my controller passes out on me. But when it passes out, I don't really wait too long to get my run started back up. I kind of just plug it in like harshly, and I don't need Isaac anymore at this point. Like, he's been dead for a while, so I don't really need him anymore. But the boss rush should be almost over here. I lost my Crown of Light early on, and I lost a lot of damage from doing that. However, Cancer is carrying. I would be dead without it right now, 100%. Like, these feet are just everywhere. It's targeting the ghost sometimes. It's putting me off guard. Like, it's just... This run has just been crazy. Like, it's just been blowing my mind how many feet have hit me in the past, like, half an hour. But again, I can't pop my shovel because I don't want to not have a charge leaving this room. So I think it's like one of the last 2 waves here. But we're getting into the final parts of this run. I'm going to go down to the next floor, and I'm going to immediately see that I have a couple dead ends that I can explore for a sacrifice room. And I immediately trust my gut, and I go left and up. Now, that ends up being the boss fight is up, but I also really needed that as well. Like, desperately needed that boss fight, because I was, like, staggering for HP. I had no way to get HP on the floor. Like, I had no spirit hearts. I was taking so much damage, like, everywhere because, well, in this fight, the feet, and next floor is because I'm an idiot. It was rough, man. But luckily for me, I don't have to fight the lamb next floor. All I gotta do is find the dirt patch room. And I go a couple wrong ways, that I find it in the end. Again, this is more of just like a showcase and introduction to that new series I want to do about me speedrunning random, unlocks in Isaac, because I think it'd be fun. Or even challenges as well, going for challenge records. But this should be one of the last waves here. It's been going on for a while, I know, because boss is awful. But I beat the spider. I get the nail unlock for Azazel, Isaac's head as well. Pick up my broken shovel. I get the mom transformation, and I'm looking around for hearts. Pick one up, and I leave. There's no womb portal here because it's my first run of the profile. I head on down, and I see the visual bug here. The game blacks out. I skip that transition, and then boom. Like, it just, like, the animation abruptly cuts off. My controller dies. I'm pushing it back in and everything. It DCs again because I plugged it back in, and now we're in. And you'll see my ghost spawned at the top and right doors because they had actually previously died on the floor before, and I spawned left. That is a common co-op bug, like, that you will see in mostly 4-player, I guess. It doesn't really happen in 2-player too much because the game can handle, like, Jacob and Esau pretty well. But I also see my boss fight here. I'm like, okay, it's not this one. I was thinking boss fight was left and down, and, like, this was gonna be our sacrifice room. So we didn't have one last floor. But I go on, it's Mr. Freg's. I see that it's a 1x2, so I just kind of fight it and go ham on it. It's a pretty standard fight. I have my shovel charged back up, it looks like. One more cycle to go and he's dead. I'm praying for HP here. I'd get an angel deal, surprisingly. I'm like, oh, what's inside the angel deal? I get a bunch of HP upgrades. Actually, I got hilariously Breath of Life. I'm like, you're so funny, game. I love you. And we leave. And I'm thinking, okay, it's got to be left and down. It's got to be left and down. Like, I have nowhere else to go. I walk out of the room to save my eyes from taking damage because they are my fodder for sacrificing. And it's actually straight left. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't have enough HP for this. I don't have enough health to sack all the way down at this point, right? Or at least safely and live. And I don't want to throw away half an hour of progress. I guess more like 8 hours, 8.5 hours of progress right here. I'm like, oh, I gotta make this. Please be hearts in the chest. There was a pill. The pill was, I forget, I couldn't see it. Health up, which is good, but again, did nothing for me. I get my bombs down there. I walk out, which is a very big mistake. I then lose my half heart stuff. Then I walk down to get an extra heart, and I find the biggest row of pills ever. Tons of health ups, tons of random pills in here. Tears down sucks, but whatever. Shot speed up, shot speed up. 48 hours pretty good, and all that stuff. So I'm thinking to myself, shit, dude, I still gotta find hearts in this floor. I don't have enough HP to sack. So I'm running around with my head cut off at this point in the run. I'm like, at this point, I'm so committed to it. I found a rainbow champion on normal mode, which is super rare, but I'm just like freaking out because I'm like, I gotta have HP for this. So this is crazy. Like, I cannot lose this run this far in. And I would have preferred again to reset, but I just want to get it over and done with. I see a red champion, and I'm like, oh my god, it drops a heart. I'm like, that's crazy. That's you know, an extra sack for me. That's all I really needed, I think, when I was counting it out in my head. That's all I really needed to get this to keep working. And I was also praying for good items next floor because we have a lot of empty red hearts. We can spend those. To be safe, I go down one more to see what our special room is down here. It was just a regular dead end, so oh well. I head back up. Oh no, do I go left here again? I do. I wanted to get more hearts. I still was a little shaky, I felt like. I'd only reached sec 7, I think, when I was counting it in my head. I found a no secret room there. Nothing here, right? Yeah, no, I just keep going on. I was thinking to myself, okay, hello, Mary. I got to get down there. Hopefully have enough HP to even like live the floor. I find greed and I'm like, shit, dude. Like, as this is going slower and slower every day, I get hit against greed, which never happens to me. I was like so upset. I get emergency contact, which is going to be great for if I find like a really bad room, like double adversary next floor, I can just pop that. I'm like, all right, this is my last chance to do this. Let's just go left and see what happens, I guess. And I run in, do my sack. I don't walk out because I don't want to lose that half heart. You know, that half heart, you know, cancer interval there is going to be essential. I got no spirit hearts, and I was like, you're joking, dude. I hit him. I try to go on the spikes here slow, so I want to get that last sack in pretty quickly here. I can't get around him, though, is the issue. I get one sack in, nothing. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to have HP, am I? I'm like, I'm going to be down. This is it. The run's over here. I'm like, please, God, give me the HP I need for this sack. No. And there's another one. No. No. It took me 6 extra sacks after sack 12 to get down here. I've never had a sacrifice room that bad before. I get Guppy's Paw. I think that's Eye of the Occult, which is great. Guppy's Paw means I get to live forever, pretty much. I pick up that. And then I'm going to my rooms and I realize, oh, wait. I should pop Guppy's Paw all the way because I have, I think, an item that gives me procs. I'm at 0. Oh, yeah, no, it's Crown of Light that I want to proc. I want to have full, you know, no empty heart containers for Crown of Light to give me double damage back. It comes back, pick up my shovel again, and I head on around. And the run is going to be closing out here in just a little bit. Once I actually find the room for it. If I find the room for it, that is. But this run actually turned out pretty well. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like if you want to see more stuff like this. Again, I want to do more niche unlocks like this. Like, how fast can you unlock blank? Give me some ideas down below. I have some in my head about just random character unlocks, but still. I think going for Bethany could be fun because it's going to require mom skip as well as, like, we need to go deeper or this shovel piece and all that. So that could be interesting to do mom skip on. With the right seed, of course. I don't want to have to keep re-unlocking Azazel, though, is my biggest fear. So I'm kind of like, shit. I don't want to have to go through the Azazel unlock another one. But, you know, bygones are bygones. You know, we're done with this run now. If it gets beat, oh well. It's a pretty lengthy category to run. Again, I only kept this in here, like this run as the primary one because of the resets being so fucking nuts. Because you can go 30 to 40 runs without seeing a single good item. It happened to me when I was going for Azazel, man. You can see a lot of, you know, just not great runs. And we're going into I believe our room is pretty close up here to getting forgotten. And time should be showing up any second now. It is going to be a 28-minute run. Obviously, the video is longer than that just because of, you know, the beginning part. I wanted to keep the previous run so you guys know I was holding R and I wasn't, like, you know, cheating this in. But yeah, this is a fun thing to do. If you guys want to see more, please let me know. I would love to do more. This could be really well for the channel. Could do really bad for the channel. You never know. Oh yeah, I found the Ragman room. Sorry, that was the wrong way as well. That sucked too. That was pretty bad. I got the forgotten right there. That was time right when I hit the spacebar, button there. But that's it. That is it. If you enjoyed all the things I said before, but aside from that, see you guys in the next video. Peace out and goodbye.